Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're going to find out if pulled pork is better than pulled beef. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today. Now obviously I think we have to pitch comparable meats against each other. So this is a USDA choice beef neck and this is a Duroc pork neck. So I think quality wise they will give each other a good battle. Now what else do we need? Obviously we need a thermometer. You need your favorite rubs. Now there are three, simply because I'm going to be using up that one. But we're going to be using the beef one, obviously for the beef, pull that piggy. For the Duroc pork, you need some oil as a binding agent, and I'm going to inject both of them with a little bit of apple juice so that they are nice and moist. The Kamado is heating up already. We're smoking with applewood chunks, so let's get cooking. Let's start by injecting the meat with the apple juice, and I really do recommend that you get one of those consist forms from IKEA without advertising too much. Because it will keep the mess at bay. And then we're going to do that for both meats equally to make sure, you know, that the sugar in the apple juice as well as the acidity can start to do their job. Now I'm aiming for a Kamado temperature of about 120 degrees. Right now it's running a little bit hotter, but obviously once the meat gets on, that will cool down because the meat will absorb quite a bit of that heat. So I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to rub those two pieces of meat. I've injected both meats equally and now we're going to be using pull that piggy on that Duroc pork neck. Obviously I did check it if there's any, you know, kind of remnants from bone and whatnot on it prior, so do that. It's a bit of due diligence that you'll have to do in order to make sure it tastes nice afterwards and you don't have any fragments or anything that you don't want on there. Now with the beef it's less of a problem simply because it's such a bigger cut and it doesn't actually sit that close to the bone from the looks of things. But yeah, so just make sure, you know, go over it one more time, just make sure that you got it all. Well, see, I missed a little tiny spot right there. But other than that, whoever the butcher was did a good job, so well done. So, we're going to finish this up now as well. And then I'm going to put the meter into the beef, and I have a secondary one that I'm going to put into the Duroc pork. And then it already goes on the Kamado. So very simple cook. And obviously, you know, if you like moink balls, so you already know that pork and beef go together. It's kind of like barbecuing friends, so to speak, because they like each other. Anyways, make sure you cover all sides and the sides obviously as well. You know, you don't want to have a good coverage of the rub everywhere. Just like that. And as I said, I'm going to be using up that little bit of rub that I have left here. And also because I injected the meat, it is nice and wet, so I don't actually have to use the oil as a binding agent. So use the oil if you're not injecting, or just use the apple juice as a binding agent if you are. Alright, so gonna finish this up now and I'll see you outside. All rubbed, now we're going to insert the meter, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little indentation in the meter itself, and I think it's a fantastic tool. So if you do want to get a prime product, go for that one. Anyways, so we're going to insert it straight into the meat, just past the point of that indentation, but the meter app will tell you exactly where to put it as well if you're unsure. And now we're going to go outside. I've already put the meat on, so the beef is in the back, the pulled pork is in the front. I put a thermometer into the pulled pork and now we're going to close the lid and let that cook at about 120 degrees until we reach an internal temperature of about 93 degrees. The beef is a bit quicker than the pork, so it has reached its internal temperature of 93 degrees, and we're going to remove the meter. And let me tell you guys, it is hot, so I should have really used a different glove, but we're just going to put it away. And now we're going to wrap it and put it somewhere warm, so you can either put it in the oven or you can put it, you know, in a cooler bag with a hot bottle of water. But definitely wrap it. And then we're going to rest it for at least an hour. And literally just minutes later, our duroc pork is ready. So we're going to wrap that as well. And we're going to rest it for about an hour. Just to show you guys real quick how much stuff actually drips into a barbecue. So if you can, this is actually a pizza pan that I'm using to cover the actual deflector plates, because just imagine that drips into or onto your deflector plates, and then you have to burn all of that off. Just imagine the smoke that then comes out of your barbecue. So what I'm doing over here, let me just show you really quickly, is obviously the remnants of the meat. Let me just show you quick. I'm burning that off as well, you know, just because I don't want to have that on there for the next cook. An hour is up and we're ready to pull, so let's take care of the duroc pork first. And let me tell you guys, the smell is amazing, and let's unwrap the beef one time as well. Very nice bark, great looking, both pieces. So, without much further ado, you know, obviously, take a glove, put a liner underneath, and look at that. I love duroc pork. Duroc is just the best, you know, look at how soft, nice and juicy that is. Exactly how I'd expected it to be. Still piping hot, that's why I use a liner. But lovely, smoke ring, fantastic. Easy to pull, you don't even need a fork or one of those bear claws. None of that stuff. So absolutely amazing. Really happy with it. Let's take care of the beef. Let's see how that came out. But you can separate it here. It is a lot tougher than I expected, even though it had the same 90 odd degrees, but look at it. I mean, fantastic smoke ring. And it is easier to pull than initially thought, but to be honest with you, I think the neck is a bit more like a brisket style. You know, the fibers are quite long, so pulling that is not as easy as the duroc pork. But I'm sure it's going to be nice. We're going to make a burger out of each, and I'll show you the final picture. All right, and there you go, guys. Our pulled beef and pulled pork burgers. On the right hand side it's the pulled beef one, on the left hand side it's the pulled pork one. Now, as I said, I think the pulled pork was a bit easier to pull, and I think next time the beef neck I'm just going to do brisket style. You know, I think it's a lot easier because of the collagen that's in it. Nevertheless, both were absolutely amazing. The smoke ring was fantastic, the bark was absolutely fantastic. I didn't use the Texas crutch, so I'm really thrilled how it came out. And yeah, what else can I say, guys? We're gonna dig in now. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the pulled beef neck and the pulled pork neck. Now, as I said, I think pulled pork neck works a lot better than pulled beef neck. So I think pulled beef neck is kind of like a cheaper version of a brisket, if you want to call it that way. So next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up rather than pull it. But I mean, They both hit the temperature, they both were delicious, they both were juicy, so all in all it was great, but as I said, I think next time I'm going to carve it up like a brisket. Alright, if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. Please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.